Hi, this is Alex from phpacademy.org and this is a PHP video tutorial for the new Boston. Now in this video I'm simply going to talk to you about what PHP is, why you should use it, and a little bit of information about what websites do use it. So the first thing about PHP is what it stands for. PHP stands for Hypertext Preprocessor. In fact, the first P is P, so it's PHP Hypertext Preprocessor. That's what it stands for. So we've got a recursive acronym because we have an acronym inside another acronym, because originally PHP stood for Personal Homepage, so it's now been changed to stand for PHP Hypertext Preprocessor, with the PHP inside of that still standing for Personal Homepage. So what is PHP and why should we use it? Well, PHP is a server-side scripting language. Now when you open up a PHP file and you type in the code, it's not available to view by the user of the website. They cannot right click and see your code. So it's not like HTML. With HTML being a markup language, it's interpreted by the browser. Now PHP and the code inside of it is interpreted by the web server and compiled server side, and then the output of the application, if you like, is displayed in HTML if we choose to do so. So it's basically used to create dynamic content on websites. So we're not we're essentially creating a program within a website. So we're being able to do a variety of different things. Now let's head over to the PHP official website, which is php.net. So if you need any more information, I'm just giving you a brief overview here. Go over to php.net and you can read some information about PHP as well as news, etc, etc, etc. So we've got a little description about here about what is PHP, and we've got an introductory tutorial. Now the great thing about PHP is while you're developing, it has a really extensive documentation to it, and this is called the manual. So we've got a link here to the manual, and basically we've got an online manual for lots of different languages, and you can also download the documentation as well. And what the manual will do is we can search in here for, say, function list. For example, we might search for fopen in the functions list, and we see now it returns some information about our function. So we can now go down and look at the different parameters or the arguments it takes, and we can also look at some examples down here. So it's a really extensive list, you can see, of user submitted examples as well. So you can get a really great feel of different functions, not just functions but everything inside PHP from this PHP manual. So what kind of websites use PHP and why do they use it? Well, Facebook, for example, use PHP. What we're doing is with Facebook, it's a social networking website that's storing lots of data in a database. So what we can do with PHP is we can combine PHP with a database system, and we typically do this with MySQL. And certainly in the tutorials that I create, I use MySQL because MySQL is one of the wideliest used and powerful and fastest databases around. So MySQL is great to use with PHP for storing data. So Facebook is one of the social networking websites that takes advantage of PHP as a whole, as it's a really nice language to work with. A lot of the syntax and structure is similar to C, and it's actually interpreted by C server side as well. I think it's C or C, yeah, probably C. But you can obviously prove me wrong on that if you'd like. I may be wrong. But yeah, this is a brief overview of PHP. So if you're thinking about getting started in it, follow the tutorials that I've created, and you can begin to start creating dynamic websites, and you'll actually start to realize how easy PHP is. The fundamentals of it anyway. We can start going into sort of the object-oriented programming side of PHP, which is slightly more difficult because some people struggle with object-oriented programming. So we do have the object-oriented programming functionality within PHP, and this was added from PHP version 5, I believe, in about 2004. So we can use object-oriented programming inside PHP as well as recursive not recursive, procedural programming as well, so procedural structure to our code. So that's a brief overview of PHP. It's a really great language to learn, and it's really widely used on the web today, so it's definitely worth it.